What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you can all hear me well. If you can't, just let me know. I tested it, so the audio should be good, but I do have to look over here to see my comments, so just to make sure I don't miss anything. But welcome back. It's been some time since I've done a live stream. I think from setting up the live, it's been what I like 5 6 months since I've done a live stream. I believe the last live stream I did was for the um third off season of my Gamecocks Dynasty, which was pretty cool and fun, but that was a pretty long time ago. And I'm kind of surprised it's taking this long for me to get back to another live stream. But hey, I figure why not? This is as good a time as any to have another live stream and keep this series or keep this channel on that side of YouTube as well. If you saw or caught on to my what would I call it, my community post, which I use fairly frequently if you aren't able to keep up with those. I did make a post announcing both of the series for this game, which are not going to be the only series for this game. I do have a Road to Glory planned at some point down the road, with the story and all that. But I will say, right now my plans are App State as my long-term series channel or for my channel. Where we go episode week by week. Each game is one episode, so those are going to be a lot longer. But I just wanted to have a way to play the game and just do something fun with you guys here in the chat. So I figured, why not start a series that is only on stream? That'd be pretty fun. And, that'd be a good way to keep the interaction up, but also doing something that could be pretty entertaining. So with that in mind, I had to decide who I wanted to be playing as, which we'll kind of go into that. I mean, my other video will go into that a little bit. But hey, we're not in a rush. We're in a live stream right now. And obviously, South Carolina, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there wanted to see me play as them again. They've got a pretty interesting roster. You've got Lenoris, but then you've got a couple of senior guys. So the real question is, does Lenoris work out? Can you keep a guy like Nick Harbor in town, despite him seeming to transfer in every single dynasty I've seen so far, which is kind of crazy. But you've got a lot of senior talent. You've got, some young pieces. I guess you could say Jared Brown would be back next year. Nick Harbor, if you can keep him around. Luke Doty is in the game. That was pretty exciting. But I didn't end up going with him just because I will probably do one at some point. I'll play as them in my free time by myself. But I don't think that would be the best or most fun team to do right now, just because I just did them. We just had a 60 something episode long series with them, so I was kind of out on them. And I thought about doing them for my live stream series, but I wanted to go back to another team that I did a few years ago, and I can say I became a fan of. The Jayhawks are a really fun team. I took them over, and I can't remember how many seasons we went. It was either 3 or 4 seasons. It was a pretty entertaining series. I wasn't as comfortable commentating as I would say I am now, so it can be rough to watch for me at least. But if you're interested, go back and check it out. It's still a really fun series to watch. We had some ups, a lot of downs, but we were able to I believe win the Big 12 championship at one point. I don't think I ever quite made it to the national title, but if you're interested in checking that out, just go back to my channel and check it out. But yeah, so I ended up going with the Jayhawks again because I wanted to, get back with that Jayhawks team and see how it's changed. They've got a good core of older players, which makes them good right now, but they're not good going forward. I mean, if you look at this, you've got Jalen Daniels. Jaden Daniels is the newest Washington quarterback, so probably not very good, but let me know what you think about that. I don't think he's going to end up being all that great. That's a different story for another day. But we've got Jalen Daniels, who, if he can stay healthy, we've got a really good squad or starting quarterback there for at least one season. But after that, it's a big question mark. Ben Easters is a low overall. Isaiah Marshall is a low overall. You've got a lot of freshmen, and that's, a good thing. I mean, I really like the look of this Isaiah Marshall guy. Very fast, very athletic. I think he would definitely be our highest overall or best chance for starter next year. But then you've got Devin Neal, a high overall running back who is a senior. You've got some solid backups, so I'm pretty excited with that there. Receivers, you've got some big seniors. Lawrence Arnold had some big games. Luke Grimm, Quentin Skinner, all of those guys are seniors. Trevor Wilson's a senior. You have all seniors except for one receiver. That is crazy. Um, and I'm not really sure how we're gonna go about keeping that receiver room stacked. We're gonna have to get a lot of receivers back on this in this next class. Tight end wise, pretty good, I would say. Trevor Cardell, senior. Top three guys are or top four guys are seniors, but you've got three, or I guess two younger guys down here at the bottom. Welcome into the stream. Anybody new? I don't like to just keep talking all the time. I do want to interact with you guys, so let me know how your day's going. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate the support and the time out of your day. I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. I posted a community tab on another note about the as we'll just go through this lineup. I posted a community post about the Hornet series. And if anybody out there, in the live stream watches the Hornet series, let me know what you think about it. I am kind of going to put that on back burner for right now just because of this game. Big, it's new. I really want to get into this game and have a really good series with it. So I'm going to have to focus a lot of my time on it. So my idea was to keep the Hornet series going. I will probably be posting that, just occasionally, whenever I get the chance to. I would say whenever I get the chance to make a video for it outside of these videos and, work and school and all that stuff starting back up. But I had another idea. What if I could, live stream that series to keep it going? Keep it, we're in the playoffs versus the Cavs. I believe the episode just dropped. Probably at 5 o'clock is usually when I try to drop them. So let me know what you think about the idea of me live streaming the Hornet series. Would you be interested in popping out and watching that? Would you be interested or not really interested in that? That's just something I'm trying to gauge as far as the live streams go. Welcome back into the live stream, whoever is there. Thank you for joining me once again. And we're just kind of going over the Kansas roster right now. I think it's going to be a pretty fun team. They have a not great defense once you get, when you're in the first, I would say, linebacker and defensive line positions. They've got a lot of veterans, though. But they've got a really good secondary. You've got Kobe Bryant, a senior, and Romello Dotson, who goes just by Mello now, which is pretty cool, as a senior as well. So this team theoretically should be really good in year one. The only problem is we're going to have a lot of guys drafted or graduating, and that's going to bring a big issue up. We're going to have a lot of guys who are not coming back next year. So I thought it would be really fun to take over the Jayhawks and see how we can do with this team. Obviously, I'm going to start a new Dynasty. I'm just going to stick to offline. The servers are kind of iffy right now, so I am going to stick to the offline just in case something happens. I still want to be able to play it. But I would love to hear, what are your guys' thoughts on the game so far? If you have your hands on it, if you don't, did you, go ahead and buy it? I kind of caved in at the last second. I believe it was Sunday night, wasn't going to buy the pre-order deluxe edition in order to, I was debating buying the pre-order deluxe because I didn't know that the standard edition, I had already kind of planned to buy that and pre-install it and all that stuff with the EA free trial, which they let you do, so with Game Pass. So I kind of had it already pre-installed, but I didn't know that it initially didn't come with the 3-day access. And I was like, 10 hours probably isn't enough. Then I got to watching all of the videos and all of that stuff, and I caved in pretty much and just was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to pay a little bit extra and get it 3.5 days early here. So I think it was worth it. What did you guys do? Did you, anybody out there order it or pre-order the deluxe edition? I didn't go with the Madden edition just because I don't really play Madden all that much. I guess, it's worth it if you are going to be a big Madden guy, but I'm not really into Madden as much as I used to be. It's fun still, but I think, there's still a lot of issues with it. Hopefully, this game can kind of make Madden a little bit better. Uh, but, you know, what are your guys' thoughts on the game to start out? I'd love to hear that because I'm personally really enjoying it. If you've played it, if not, how excited are you for it? Because probably one of my most anticipated games uh since I can remember. I mean, I'm a big Fallout guy, so I really anticipated Fallout 4 back in, I believe, 2015. It's crazy that that was so long ago. Trying to think of any other games that, I was really anticipating. I would say Red Dead Redemption 2 was another one that's up there for me just because I was, kind of already in the I had played Red Dead Redemption, I believe, like 2 3 years before it came out, and I was really really anticipating it. So it's, probably, though, I would say this game is one of top three, top four, maybe five most anticipated games I've ever had. These are the settings we're gonna run on if you don't see it in the background, and um, yeah, I would definitely put it in the top five at minimum. Where would you guys put it, though? I'm interested to hear. I think a lot of people would have it in the top five as well because, I mean, you go 11 years without a college football game, you're going to be pretty happy with one coming out. And I hope eventually they bring back like college basketball, college baseball games, all of that. Those games are always a little bit of fun. There's just something about college games. The atmosphere just makes them better than the professional games. I think they just automatically have a little bit more oomph and, personality to them, I would say, compared to the professional counterparts. But I understand the market's not always there for every, sport. They're not going to make a college soccer video game just because there's not much market there. Um, but what do you guys think I should do do you guys think I should make any changes in the conferences? I kind of contemplated just going ahead and putting the Pac 12 back together, but that would be kind of interesting. Or should I just leave it? Love to hear from you guys on that because that will also help me figure out what I want to do with my actual full time dynasty. I like the standings, overall, or the conferences overall. It's just going to be so weird seeing like Stanford and Cal in the ACC. It's gonna be really weird. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to. I mean, I'm not used to that at all. And then you've also got, who is it, USC and UCLA in the Big 12 or Big 10, and then you had Pac 12 or Big. I can't speak. The Big 12. You've got Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah as well. UCF coming in there for their second year, I believe. And then we are also there as well, so we're gonna have to compete with these teams. But I think I like the Big 12 conference standing or conference changes a little bit more than like the ACC and the Big 10. Then the SEC is not bad either. You already had Texas A&M, so you had that market. And then you just go out there, you add the best team in Texas, and then you go out there and you add their rival in Oklahoma. That's a pretty fun change, in my opinion. Definitely a great way for the SEC to stay as the best conference. Unfortunately, that's just, as a Carolina fan, makes it even harder for us to win. But I think I'm going to stick with the default conferences right now. We can always change it midway through the season, or in the off season, midway through the series, I should say. So I think we're going to stick with that for right now. Go ahead and go see if I can find our team that we're going to be playing as. The Jayhawks. We're going to be off head coach right now. We're going to make our own. And hey, welcome anybody else. I see a few people new joined in. Welcome to the stream. I if you're new, you would know or don't know that I don't stream all that often. If you're not new, you know that I don't stream all that often. So it's kind of a learning curve, and it's something that I want to get better at doing. So, these things can happen more often. We can always, just jump on a live stream and play some video games, play some sports, dynasties, play some random crap that I just feel like streaming. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a a fun way to do that. We're going to make my alma mater and my pipeline South Carolina just because it's where I'm from. I don't go to South Carolina, USC. Technically, I do, but I don't, if that makes any sense. But I'm not going to dox myself. If you go back on my streams, you can figure out where I go to based off of a t shirt that I wear. Pretty obvious. But then again, I guess you could get confused because I like wearing random college t shirts. I think that, that's, I would say, kind of a bit of a collection of mine as well. It's just the random university shirts and apparel that I find. I have a few Arizona State things. I've got some UNC stuff. Just, random colleges. I find anything. And then, I mean, I'll pretty much buy it if it's a reasonable price and wear it, even if I don't support the team. So let's see, where should I go from here? I'm trying to find anybody that looks remotely similar to me. I guess this guy looks somewhat similar. We'll go with that. Physique, we're going to make, yeah, that should be fine. Apparel, I'm hoping they add more coaching apparel. I think, you know, more than two options is probably for the best. We'll go with the long sleeve shirt right now. We're out in Kansas. It can get pretty cold once it starts snowing. But let's take a look at another reason I chose Kansas is because historically they're not that great. Obviously, Lance Leipold has really turned the program around from 2-10, 0-9, 3. I mean, look at this long. It was since 2009 that they had 5 wins the last time. Up until Lance Leipold took over in 2022, they got 6. Last year, they got 9. So I want to keep that trajectory going up. But we're also going to have to kind of navigate the senior class graduating and then the, getting talent to come in to replace the senior class. Because let's go ahead and see. They're going to say that we need a lot of positions. They're going to say we have a lot of talent needs. Yeah, here we are. We need to get 1 quarterback. We need to get 2 running backs, according to them. Fullback, I'm fine without. We need to get 7 receivers. Oh man, 1 tight end, 2 left guards, 3 right tackles because all of our right tackles are. We have 1 senior and 1 freshman, so we don't really have that many. Defense, we need a left end, a defensive tackle, 2 at every linebacker position. They say we don't need any cornerbacks because we have a lot of freshmen, but we definitely need more talent, I would say. Welcome in, whoever just joined. Welcome to the live stream. Excited to have you in. We also will need a free safety, strong safety with 2 of those there as well. So, going to take a lot of recruiting, and that's going to take some time. So, bear with me here as we kind of fill out our board. What teams, while we do that, what teams are you guys starting your dynasties with? I have, the Carolina one. Then I'm going to be running this one through live streams, and then I'll be running the Appalachian State one full time as the series progresses. And, pretty excited about that one. That one I think is going to be pretty fun. So we have a 4-star right outside linebacker. That's pretty big for us. He's from Kansas, so it's a little different. Unfortunately, man, not a lot of teams or not a lot of players are immediately in our, we have them or have us in their top 3. I'm going to go with anybody that we're on the board for immediately. But this is potentially a, going to be a tough rebuild. I think that all of these needs are kind of make it a whole lot more interesting because we're going to have to sign a lot of guys, and I'm going to be going after a lot of guys, but it's going to be tough, and we're just going to kind of try and fill out our roster the best we can. I don't think there's any way. Let me know if you've been through a regular season entirely. I know a few people or have seen a few people online who have played like 3 seasons already somehow. But if you are through a regular season, let me know what your best class so far looks like because I have not made it very far in my South Carolina Dynasty. I'm just a couple weeks in I think I'm week 4. Can't remember exactly. Something like that. Unfortunately, we're targeting already everybody from our pipeline, and a bunch of these guys are just quarterbacks. We don't exactly need quarterbacks, unfortunately. So, I mean, I guess we can go after them. I'm not gonna deny them, but I think it would be in our best interest to go after some guys who are actually the positions that we need, and that's gonna be a little bit tough to do. We need free safety, and not very good down here. Right end is good. Running back, we could use a receiving back. I would say go after him just because he is actually listed as a running or a quarterback rather than just an athlete. Strong safety, and not a very good class for us so far, just off of interest. But we gotta work on this and work with what we have. These guys, we need proximity to home, and hey, we're just barely close enough. We're about right on the edge of being close enough for them to have us, as they're close enough for them to come to our school. I don't really need him. I will go after this guy. And now comes the fun part. So I did this wrong in my first Dynasty that I started with the Gamecocks. I didn't know you were supposed to offer scholarships immediately. I thought you were just scouting, which is probably a good idea. Let me go in and actually upgrade my coach real quick, because I want to have. So if you haven't played yet, they really emphasize getting your coach upgraded and having that those new abilities and stuff. I always pretty much go with the recruiter option. I just think it's the most useful. I haven't really played around with the other ones too much either, though, so I can't really say much. I think it's pretty interesting. Each perk is worth 5, and then once you get into the second tier, yeah, it looks like they're all worth 8. So I'm not sure how you unlock this bottom tier yet. I think, okay, so you have to sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes and spend 50 points in the recruiter tree branch. So it's going to take a while to get down here to these type of ones, but I think investing in recruiter is probably the best decision early. It's going to help you build your team and keep them better equipped to, win games and stuff like that. As pretty much the best way to say it. And of course, the first guy we scout is a bust. Let's see how this guy does. Please be a gem or just be good. Okay, he is pretty good. So we're going to offer him a scholarship straight away. That is so different than NCAA 14. And I know it's going to take me and a lot of you guys a lot of time to get used to it. But in NCAA 14, you wanted to wait till pretty late in the process before you offered a scholarship, because you wanted to be able to, get that guy to commit as fast as possible. As we get a gem, this guy's a receiver. He is 6'5". I mean, that's huge. 6'5", 212, 75 catch in traffic, 69 short route, 90 acceleration. Speed is 91. I mean, this guy's pretty good. We're going to offer him a scholarship straight away. But anyways, if any of you remember NCAA 14, you would always want to wait to offer the scholarship because you wanted the guy to commit whenever you offered it. You didn't want to just, send it out there and have it out there in the world without him actually committing, which is, kind of, I guess what I would say really more realistic. But I guess, it's not uncommon for somebody to get a scholarship offer pretty early on. I think it makes it a little bit more realistic with the fact that a small school like Kennesaw State could offer a scholarship to a guy like Alabama just because it makes sense. Teams are going to just throw scholarships out there and make sure that and hope that one of them hits. So I think, pretty accurate way to depict that. This guy is not the greatest. Let's see what he's looking like. He's got 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 88 throw power. We're going to offer him a scholarship, and hopefully we can, bring him in. We're going to bring in any receiver we can truly get to be interested in us. And, if you guys see any of these recruits that are, slipping through my cracks that don't seem as impressive to me, Jared Smelter, offer him a scholarship just because. Tight end, we do need tight ends. And this guy is not a very good one. Rudy Jones out of Texas. Oh, we definitely need this guy as long as he's not a bust. Yeah, we're going after him for sure. Offensive lineman, can't really afford to play around with them. We definitely will need to bring most of them in. We'll pass up on the bust for right now just to be safe. Man, another bust. So the tight end's not looking too good right now, but he could still be pretty good. There's an athlete. There's a physical wide receiver, Jim, I think, or maybe he's a tight end. Um, doesn't tell me exactly, but I'm going to go after him. I mean, he's a 3-star. He is Jim, so we're going to go after any guy who is considered a gem. In my books, at least, I think there's no point in not going after a guy who's considered a gem. Now, 5 stars are interesting. And let me know what you guys think about this in the chat, because I think it's a really good system. In the past games, 5-star busts would like plummet. They would be probably go from like a 79 overall to like a 59 to 68 range, somewhere in there. Occasionally you would get like the only -8 or so, but usually it was more like -12, -15, something like that. It was a crazy value. But in this game, they made it a little bit more realistic. I'm still going to offer this guy a scholarship, even though he's a bust, because he's a 5-star. So there's a chance that he is going to be a high 4-star overall type of player, or a low 4-star, or even a high 3-star, which we won't know for sure, but it's still a good idea to go after them, just because will never know until oh yeah, we're going after this guy for sure. 98 speed. You don't even need to be able to catch the ball that well. I mean, he's only got 76 catching, but yeah, he is a deep threat for sure. So Sean Middleton is another guy we're definitely going to go after. Brad Kiernan is a quarterback. Looks pretty good. 92 overall throw power. We might go after him right now. Here's a power back. Jake Kuhn must be the brother of John Kuhn. If you know who John Kuhn is as a Packers fan, I'm a pretty big fan of his. Where did he end up? I want to say he spent some time in New Orleans, but correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I don't know exactly if he did. I think he did, but I'm not going to go out there and say that I definitely know, because that would be just a blatant lie. Let's get down here to a few different positions we haven't looked at too much. And another gym, so that's pretty big. We're getting some, interesting players. We're getting some better guys than I first initially anticipated. I'm still missing out on a few positions, I will say. Another gym, Kevin Centeo, out of Hollywood, Florida. So not Hollywood, California, Hollywood, Florida for Kevin Centeo there. Let's go ahead and see Steve Epperson. We'll go after him, a 4-star offensive line. Right guard. I really want to keep our offensive line, very strong, because I think that's a big part of obviously whether your team can do well, is if your offensive line is going to perform well. And if we can keep these talented guys coming in at the offensive line, I think we've got a good shot of keeping Jalen Daniels healthy. Well, actually, that wouldn't matter. I guess keeping Jalen Daniels healthy this year is a good priority, but keeping our future quarterback healthy is pretty important as well. We are down here to the final few guys. Let's go ahead and look at, is there anybody down here from our, let's look at this 4-star defensive tackle, James Rico. He's a gem as well. That's a good decision there to look into him. And now I got to pick. I only have so many points left. I think we'll go after C511, Hakeem Colin. Looks like he could be a good option at receiver, and the speed. 8 is okay. I'm not going to offer him a scholarship just yet. We'll go after another guy here. 6'3", 216, B.A. Jim. Not really. That's unfortunate. And that is 88 speed here for Lane Trzynski. These guys do look pretty good. I think we need to go after a route running type of guy, so we're going to offer him a scholarship for right now. And then we will also offer Alex McGoulahan a scholarship. What a name. Legendary name there. So that is all we can do right now, I believe. At first, I was kind of confused with how they worded it. I thought they meant you only had 35 scholarship offers, but you actually get unlimited scholarship offers. You just only have 35 commits, obviously. So that's kind of a, bit of a, needs to be reworded a little bit with how they word that warning. And the cool part about these FCS schools is they actually made YouTube team builders into FCS schools. So I believe, I don't know who these two are from. I know this guy's from Not the Expert, the Astronauts. I know the Pandas, legendary UGF Pandas, are from Not the Expert. And then the Royals, I believe, are Bengals Riverside Royals from his YouTube series there as well. But this is what our schedule looks like in year one. We have, I would say, a pretty easy schedule, all things considered. We do have to play Colorado, Baylor, BYU, Iowa State, Kansas State, Houston, Arizona State, TCU, West Virginia. But there is no Oklahoma or Texas. So I think that's going to kind of make it a little bit easier on us as far as the, um, conference strength goes. I got water down here if you guys wonder what I'm reaching for. And if you guys already narrowed down, there's chances that we're going to miss out on both of those guys if we are not in the top 8. Thankfully, the way recruiting goes, I like it a lot better than, say, 14. It's kind of like a middle ground between 13 and 14. It's kind of more complex than 14, but not quite as complex and long, takes as long as 13 did, where you had to go through individually and do each task all by yourself. Just because, that was really fun, but it did take up a lot of time, I will admit. We're going to go after this guy pretty heavily. I'm going to send the house with him here. Go do 10 more. I think getting these good players is going to be very tough, so we need to go after the ones that are interested in us. As we see a few guys, where do we need to go heavily? Jaquez Littlejohn, what a name. We're going to send the house on him. Hopefully we can convince him to stay around. The Lloyd Baggs is we're number 1 for right now, so I'm going to go 25 and 5. I like to do that little combination for anybody that I'm not trailing in. So theoretically, we should be able to bring him in hopefully pretty quickly. Keenan Jeffrey, we're pretty low down. I'm going to go ahead and remove him. I think he's pretty much a lost cause. I'm trying to only offer or go after the more important guys, or send the house after the more important guys, like, Devontae Lacombo. He's off of this board. We're not going to be able to get him. Once you're trailing like that, it's going to be really hard to come back. So you've got to really prioritize the players that you want and you see yourself actually with a chance to get. Like this guy, we're not even in the top 8, so we're just going to cut him out of here. Brad Kiernan did not have us in the top 8 at all. These guys already locked us out. We're not even in the top 8 there. That's unfortunate, but it's a good way to kind of gauge interest. It's a good way to see, hey, is this guy even interested in me? And whether he is or is not interested in, coming to your team, playing for your team. So that's a good way to do that. We are second here for Isaac Wozniak, who was a bust, I believe. But we're going to have to go with him. It's going to be interesting to see some of these players we have to settle for just because you can't be too picky. Patrick McNary, I'm fine without. Miguel Moon was a receiver that was a gem, so we're going to send the house on him and see and hope that we can get him. I do think that we'll be able to get some of these guys, but you have to really, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to really kind of be able to balance that, because you can't just go fully after every single player that you want. You have to be able to pick and choose, spend your points elsewhere, or go after this guy pretty heavily. So we're going to go after the guys that we want pretty heavily, but we're going to definitely need to keep them aggressive. We'll avoid him for right now. Where are the other gyms at? This guy is another gym we're going after. We're going to go after him pretty heavily. Marlon Blunt is another receiver, which we need a lot of receiver help here. I'm trying to find all the gyms. Sean Middleton, we are 3rd in. So we're going to be able to go after him with that 30 and 5 little balance we can do there. That's not going to be filling his entire points up, but it is going to be a good way to get a little bit of a balance in. The rest of these guys, man, don't look like they have any interest in us whatsoever. That is crazy. Where are these gyms at? This guy's from Texas, but he's getting a lot of big offers from schools. Guy is from Florida, which we have a slight pipeline in. Let me see. I guess as of right now, I need to go after the guys that actually have me on their board, just because I did not mean to offer him a scholarship, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna go after him fully, just because he may not be the best player, but we really need to focus on the guys that are interested in us first and foremost. This guy is not interested in us at all, and he is a bust, so I'm gonna, get him off of this board. Guy is interested in us a little bit. He's not a bust, so I'm gonna go ahead, offer him that, and offer him that scholarship. And that's gonna fill up this part of the board. Patrick McNary has us there. Can I offer 25? And can do the 10 there as well. That leaves us with 100 hours. What do you guys think of the recruiting system? Just if this is your first time seeing it, it's pretty intuitive. It takes a little bit to get started, but once you get that first little group set up, you can kind of keep it the same and just check it periodically. John Kuhn or Jake Kuhn, not John Kuhn. This one doesn't even have us in his top 9. If we're not in the top 9, I'm going to have to remove all of these guys. Unfortunately, unless they're, they're probably not going to want to sign with us if we're not even in the top 9 immediately out the gate. Sucks because a lot of these guys I was very interested in. Akeem Colin was a guy I was interested in. James Rico. Yeah, a lot of these guys I was very interested in, but if you're not in the top 9, it's going to be pretty tough to even try and bring those guys in. So I'm not going to spend my last 100 points on guys that have no chance of coming to this roster. Let me go ahead and look at the running backs we have. Right now they're saying we only have 1 running back. Can I see the athletes? Because I swear we had more than 1 running back. Our rusher, he is going to be a defensive tackle, I believe, or right end, something like that. I was thinking he was going to be a running back power rusher. I was thinking like power back. Couldn't the other guy is. So let's go over here. Let's see anybody who has no offers. The highest overall with no offers is Dakota Abradaris out of Louisiana. That's definitely a need, but I think we're going to kind of go for the lower end spectrum. We don't have Florida as a pipeline anymore, even though I swear we just did. We'll see how that ends up. And who else can we add? Who else can we add down here that has no offers that we need at that position? Not anybody else really too interesting, so we'll go with Dakota Abradaris there as well. And hopefully we can bring one of those guys in, if you know what I mean. But welcome anybody new joining. I want to just make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Appreciate everybody joining in. Feel free to, chill in the chat, say whatever you have to say within reason. Some people can be pretty crazy, so let's not go too over the top. But we'll go after these guys. I'm going to give him 25, and then I will go and give this guy 10, 5, and offer him a scholarship. That way we can fill out the board completely to 0, and we can get into this next week. We'll take a look and see what the scores were for this off week 0. A lot of guys have reached their top whatever. Hopefully we're in some of theirs. We should be. Hopefully. Kind of scary. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. Yeah, a lot of guys really interested in us now. I'm liking what I see. This guy, still not really interested in us, but we can do better than that, I think, for these 2 guys. Go over here, and we can actually afford to add in another little push there. So hopefully that makes a difference as far as getting him to come in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores from week 0. New feature. Georgia Tech and Florida State played. the Seminoles win that one 31-19. I will say one of the main issues I've had with the game from what I've seen, just by experience and then also seeing online, is the sim engine can be kind of crappy. You've got a lot of bad teams beating a lot of really good teams. So that is, a bit of a problem when it happens too often. It's fun when it happens occasionally, but it happens a little bit too often. As we see, there's only 4 games in week 1, but that was those. Top 25 looks pretty much the same as it did coming into the year. Yeah, everybody's standing at their spots. Only one top 25 team played. So let's get into week 1, 9 p.m. late game against the FCS West Royals, also known as the Riverside Royals if you are Bengal. But this is going to be my first time with live commentary, so it should be pretty fun. We are better than them, but it's Heisman, so we'll see. They really made an emphasis on making the gameplay harder this year. It's a lot faster. And, Heisman difficulty can be really hard no matter the team you're playing, so we need to make sure that we stay with our game plan. Let me go ahead and turn this down a little bit so it's not too loud. You guys can even hear it. You should be able to hear it. It shouldn't be too loud for you guys. It doesn't look like it's all that loud. Go ahead and get rid of that. But presentation, great. Cheerleaders, ugly. Fans, ugly. But the overall just atmosphere of the game, I mean, it's amazing. It's got a lot of spirit and just presentation that I love. The kicking meter is crazy, and I'm just now noticing it's even faster in Heisman. So expect to see me miss a lot of field goals because it's very difficult as we make a tackle there. There's head coach Smeems on the sideline. The Royals are led out by senior quarterback Andrew Beebe here out of Texas. So he's not a local guy there for the Royals. And yeah, 10-minute quarters. I like to do that and then do accelerated clocks so they don't go by too fast, but they still have, that kind of real feel to them. I don't really like when they're too short, but it shouldn't go by too slow. Hopefully not, but I can always change that in the future. I think if I do change it, it would probably be 8-minute quarters and then keep the accelerated clock down a little bit, just because I want to get in that sweet spot. I'm still kind of learning with this game what exactly that sweet spot is, because it's different. NCAA 14, 10-minute quarter games, there was no accelerated clock, so you're going to be playing that game for hours at sometimes, depending on how the game goes. I'm sure a lot of you guys have experience out there in the chat with how long an NCAA 14 game can go. FCS teams get so many injuries. Yeah, I have noticed that. I played one game with the Gamecocks as an FCS, or against an FCS school, as they get the first down, they're running all over. And I think it's probably because they're lower overall, so a lot of their injury ratings are just down. So maybe that's something EA will look into, because I did notice that in my first play. As let's go, nice wrap up there. I'm learning the players' names here, so it's going to take me a little bit to get to know everybody. But we have some good defensive players. But yeah, I have noticed a little bit that FCS school players get injured a whole lot more. That guy, man, breaking tackles. And he's off right inside a 3rd and 1. Come on, we can't lose game 1 to an FCS school. Do you guys know Heisman's no joke? Heisman is legit very difficult in this game. And even worse teams than you are going to be really hard to play against. Let's try and get a sack here. Let's go. Big sack. Bringing them down. Josh, what season you in? Appreciate you chatting with me. It's been, it's great to see somebody in the chat. But this is the first season. We just started this Dynasty. This is going to be my live stream Dynasty. So, this series will be only when I'm live. And hopefully that can be, I'm probably going to, once school starts back, probably going to go for like every Saturday maybe. That way it can line up with the actual college football season a little bit. But I will have an App State Dynasty going, so if you're not subscribed, hey, just stick around and check out. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I was happy with was the new difficulty that they really pushed. We'll see if they keep it that way. I don't know if you play 2K too much. They have, I feel like every year in 2K they come out with the new game and it's really difficult, and then you have a lot of guys complain about it and they kind of down the difficulty a little bit. So that is kind of what I'm hoping doesn't happen for the this game, but if it does, I'm still gonna play it. But I just love having to work for every win. But yeah, appreciate the subscription, man. Hope you enjoy the content. Um, I try to do it pretty consistently, but things get busy with work, school, all of that stuff. But I've been trying to stay pretty consistent with it. So I appreciate you coming in and hanging out here and sticking around. But let's get into offense here. I'm still trying to learn a lot of the plays. Let's go ahead and run that screen. Not a good decision. Should have ran that one. You will come to learn that I am not the greatest quarterback here. I think something about being a YouTuber and playing quarterback, just you're mandated to throw like 7 interceptions a game. Can I get the corner? Devin Neal on the edge. The senior, big run, 30 yards. That is a big one. Give you a follow on IG. And I am in South Carolina, so I'm a big Gamecock fan. So, yeah. Great atmosphere. I suggest if you ever can, go to a Gamecock game. Williams-Brice is one of the best, if not the best stadium in the country, but I'm a little biased. So we're going to take off with Jalen Daniels sliding. There's another injury there for the FCS school. So that's, yeah, was that 2 now in the first 5.5 minutes? As we trail by 3. 1st and 10, Jalen Daniels throwing it outside. Lawrence Arnold, or no, Luke Grimm. Touchdown, Jayhawks. What a pass out on that corner route. And Luke Grimm snags that one. Big shot there for the Jayhawks. The senior receiver, I'm going to be saying that a lot this year because all of our receivers are seniors, unfortunately. Yeah, look at that. Toe tap. Big catch there for the Jayhawks. We get back on the board, or we get on the board, and hopefully I can make some field goals, at least extra points. 100% hitting it up. I will be there in 2025. That's my long game for 2025 already. Yeah, I don't go to school there, but I've been to, I think, 3 games now, and I mean, even when they're playing smaller schools, it's still a really fun game and just a fun atmosphere, especially now that they added the Garnet Lights at night games. It's crazy. Unfortunately, we just can't be better than we are. I really wish I could, kind of witness a good or great season. I've witnessed a good season. We had that 9-win season a few years ago. We had the big win because back against Tennessee and Clemson, but I haven't really, besides the early 2010s, witnessed a big season like those Connor Shaw years, and hopefully we can. And yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, Illinois is usually end up with sideline passes or at least pregame sideline. That's pretty dope, man. Illinois is a far drive. Are you what school do you support most? Are you Illinois? Are they Fighting Illini, I believe, or are you another school in that Big Ten region? I'm interested to hear. I don't really. I mean, I keep up with every team pretty much, but I can't say that I really keep up with many teams in the Big Ten. I'm a big Wisconsin sports guy, but not so much in college. Like more like pro sports. I'm a Packers and Bucks fan, so I keep up with that. Um, diehard Hurricanes fan, man. As a Gamecock fan, I can say I relate. I'm sorry to hear that with their recent struggles, but I'm sure that you will be back at some point. That Dynasty has to come back eventually with all the talent they've been able to bring in. You would think. I think they've had the pieces, they just haven't been able to put it all together. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert or anything. I haven't watched a lot of Hurricane games besides maybe like their bigger games versus Florida State. And I think they've definitely had the talent. They just haven't been able to put everything together. So hopefully they can do that at some point soon and kind of get back on top. I think that college football is better when the Hurricanes are a good team. I think college football is just better when every team plays well. So. But I know you probably have the sore subject. Yeah, Cam Ward is going to be pretty good, hopefully for them. I think isn't he the one that had that he was going to go to the draft, then he kind of got told he wasn't going to get taken in like the first 2 rounds, so he came back. I believe that's Cam Ward from Houston, if I'm thinking of the right guy. Hopefully they can put it together. Yeah, he's got a leg, but I guess just not the accuracy. He's not able to hit that free throw. I didn't say free throw, field goal. I'm thinking of my 2K series right now, apparently. Um, but yeah, I mean, what was y'all's record last year? I can't remember off the top of my head. I know y'all lost that heartbreaking game to Georgia Tech where y'all would have just kneed it down. It was over. Washington State, that's where he came from. I don't know why I was thinking he was at Houston. Keep the ball, keep it, pitch it. Let's go. Big hole. Cut inside. Oh, and he fumbles. Oh, my goodness. He fumbles it. And I think they recovered it. Dang, they recovered it. That sucks. But yeah, Cam Ward should be pretty good for y'all. I'm getting him confused with somebody from Houston. I think they must have had like a similar type of player. Or man. Yeah. 7-6. Hey, if it makes you feel any better as a Carolina fan, 7-6, I would take that every year over what we seem to get. So that would be 7-6 would be like our best year we've had in a long time. Besides that, oh crap, I just got juked out of my shoes. Besides that 1-9 win season, so I would take 7-6 every day of the week. But yeah, that Georgia Tech game, I know like every time I see a like college highlight most exciting moments, that is on there. I just see it no matter where I go. So I know as a Hurricane fan, it's probably a pretty tough game to relive. Hopefully we can get this stop here though. The Jayhawks, probably my second favorite team. That series I did back when I first started doing college football, Dynasties was really what made me interested in the Jayhawks, and I've kind of been a supporter there as well. So I've been kind of at least able to get some sense of success with my second team. Welcome in anybody new, though. Thank you all for joining. Right now we are in week 1 playing the FCS Royals, so hopefully we can obviously get a win here, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit tougher than expected as he runs to the right, and he is taken down right around the 3-yard line. What do you guys think they're calling here? Run or pass? I think they're going to go with the pass here, actually. They're probably going to run the inside zone again. Yep, I was right, and we're all over it. I would have been there to cover that anyways. George Littlejohn taken down. I'm going to call a blitz. Yeah, appreciate you dropping in. I'll sure enough be around whenever you head back in. Thanks for the subscribe. Or thanks for subscribing as they score. Why did I say the subscribe? That's a bad thing about live streams. When I have my moments where I forget how to talk, I can't edit them out. So you guys are just going to have to bear with me and deal with my interesting wordplay sometimes, because sometimes I cannot. My brain tells me one thing, my mouth spits out something else. So yeah, you just have to put up with that if I'm live streaming, as we are going to get this one. A chance to return it now. Lachlan right up the middle. I was thinking about cutting it outside. I probably should have, but hindsight is 2020. We're gonna run a pass play here. We actually haven't passed it all that much. We haven't really had a chance to. We went big run on the last drive. Oh, immediate pressure. Can I pass that? Can I make that? Big catch. Luke Grimm holds on, and that is a big first down throw there. 10-7 is the score. If you're just joining in, thanks for hopping into the live stream. We're gonna run this one with Devin Neal. Can we get the edge? Devin Neal cut it inside. Oh my goodness! Thought I would be able to get past him. Thought that was a house call right there, but instead it is going to be just another first down inside their 50. Jayhawks line up. Jalen Daniels going to take off with it, cutting inside. I'm a slide before I get sacked, and see what we should call here. I like the amount of like trick plays and RPOs they added with this installment of the game. Who am I supposed to be reading here? Oh crap, I did not know that was going to him immediately. Whoops. That's going to set up a 3rd and 2. Go right inside zone. See if we can get them off guard or try and get them, you know, on their back feet. Devin Neal, just fall forward for us. Oh crap. Get inside. Ooh. I should have went in the hole inside, but it closed up pretty quickly. I wasn't expecting it to close that quickly. Now we have a chance. This bubble might go for big things. Oh, I threw it late. I was trying to throw it before that. No. He didn't throw it when I wanted him to. Pick 6. Man. I was holding the RB button down, but he held the handoff a little too long. And I don't know if that, you know, it was impacted by me at all. I don't think you can change the length that he holds the handoff. So I think that was just kind of how the game runs it. Let's see if I can get the outside. Nah, nothing going there. Trevor Wilson on the return. And down 17-7 to an FCS school. Heisman is no joke here. They're going to bring some pressure. Can I get to the outside? Jalen Daniels off to the races. Hopefully a Heisman candidate, not off to the greatest start this season, but, you know, pretty happy with the result there. I will say Jalen Daniels, a couple rushes for 52 yards already on the ground. We got to get this passing game going. Let's see. Oh, not trying to get sacked. I let go of it. Thankfully, got that ball harmlessly to the ground rather than getting sacked. Let's see. I like this Jayhawk playbook. If you guys have played yet, let me know what your favorite playbook is so far, because the South Carolina playbook does not have a lot of variety. It's not a very good playbook, and I think it's missing some plays that I would like it to have just so I can run, you know, more different variety of plays. But I can always change it if you guys have anything. Oh, what a spin by Devin Neal as he is able to get the first down. And that is going to set us up inside the 30 now. So we have a chance here to score a touchdown, bring it back to 3. And just imagine, this is on Heisman. This is, oh, I keep forgetting. It's not, oh man, that's going to get me so many times. The button has changed from Madden to this on read options. Now you have to hold the button to keep the ball. Used to be you had to hold the button to give it to the running back. So now I keep holding the button to give it to the running back. And it always ends up with something like that. Hopefully I can get used to that as I get to play this game more often, because it's definitely going to be a learning curve to be able to get to that change, as we are now in the 2-minute warning. Got scared for a second there. I thought I let the quarter run out. And oh, that's not going anywhere. Jonathan Hopper is going to bring him down, but he's a little bit banged up on the play. That is going to bring up a 2nd and 10. But just imagine, like I was going to say, this is how hard it is. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I'll just get rid of it. This is how hard it is to play a FCS school on Heisman. Just imagine how hard it's going to be when we play the schools that are better than us, which is overall-wise a lot of the schools in our conference. For whatever reason, I feel like they kind of underrated Kansas. They made them a pretty low overall, all things considered. I'm going to hit X back on the comeback route. Catch it, please, and slide down. That is a good catch there. Jalen Daniels, 8 of 7 with the interception. So we're now down under 2 minutes. Devin Neal, follow your blockers in the end zone. Touchdown. Jayhawks, Devin Neal, dance on the Royals. We're going to bring this back one down, or this lead back down to 3, and we're going to hit that extra point. Big drive there. 3 minutes, 10 plays, 82 yards, and we get in as we are able to cut the lead down. And I am not trying to get upset in my first week. That is going to be not what we're going for. But we have to play some defense. Defense is very hard in this game. Defense is not the emphasis. Offense is the emphasis, which I guess you could say is realistic. You know, that's kind of how college is, as I just get beat off the slant. I need to stop playing defensive back. I cannot do it. I only can play linebacker, if I'm being honest. Defensive back takes too much stick skills. I don't have those skills, unfortunately. I wish I did, as that guy's zone, nobody's there. Where is the zone coverage? Might not have been covered there. They're going to get inside the 35-yard line. And that is going to give them a 1st and 10, and that's another one. He's going to break free, spinning it into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. What a strike there from Mike Beebe. And we are down 24-14, but thankfully there's enough time to bring this back before halftime. Hopefully we can score again with 1:15 remaining. Trevor Wilson back to return. Wilson able to cut it outside, trying to spin. I mean, kick returns are impossible this year, or in this game so far from my experience. Haven't even been able to return a big one. Punt returns are a little easier, but, you know, they're still pretty difficult. Let's see, can we get the edge here? As we're going to sling that one deep downfield, and it's caught! Lawrence Arnold breaking, oh, don't celebrate too early, breaking free and scoring. And the achievement comes through, an 80-yard passing bomb from Jalen Daniels to Lawrence Arnold, the best receiver on the roster. And I'm getting the alert on my computer as well. You can probably see that in the background. What a strike. Rolling out of the pocket on the run. Big bomb by Jalen Daniels. That's what it's all about, man. Making those big plays. Getting those bombs to connect like that, and just, you know, hoping that you can break a couple tackles and get into the end zone. You're not going to have very many opportunities in wide open field, so you're going to have to break a tackle eventually. And that's what Lawrence Arnold was able to do, is we're going to boot this one away out of the back of the end zone. Thankfully, we do not have to worry about a return here. Let's play some defense. Come on now. Come on. Let's play some defense. We have two of the best corners in the game on our team, and we can't guard or stop a nosebleed right now. So let's play some defense. Mike Beebe in the game. He's going to look to throw again, and he's going to dump that one out. Good coverage there. That was all around blanketed by this secondary. I have confidence in them, though. I think they'll be a good... oh, crap. I was not ready for that one as he is hit. Thank the Lord. I was trying to change the play a little bit. But what do we call here to get a guaranteed stop? We're going to run with the spy. I keep hitting that button. We're going to run with the spy, and I'm going to kind of browse the middle of the field as the QB spy. BB is going to run it this time. Oh, my goodness. We pass commit, and they run it. And they are able to get free and get the first down. I'm going to apologize. Send a quick text there. They're going to be able to throw this one to the outside once again. Breaking free, and they're going to get into Jayhawk territory, unfortunately, once again. So when it bleeds, or when it rains, it pours. I was going to say when it bleeds, it pours, but that makes no sense. We'll go with cover one. And we will hopefully play some defense for once. I'm going to run this linebacker across the middle. Can we get something? Interception. No, it's free. Oh, my goodness. Touchdown. And that is another strike for Hall Jr. Man, the Royals dropped 30 in the first half on us. And they are unable to be stopped right now. This is just crazy. This is crazy. Man, defense is tough. Defense is really tough right now. 31-21. We've got to make a stand here. Trevor Wilson gets some yards back. Nothing going. They seal the edge, and then they have a perfect coverage on the other side, so it's going to be difficult to make anything happen on those kickoff returns. What do I call? I need something to get us a lot of yards and maybe a little bit of time. Oh, I went to the wrong side. Let me flip the play real quick. We're going to run the screen to Devin Neal. Hopefully he can get free. Get us something as false start. Oh my goodness. I think that's caused by us getting so late in the game clock. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and try this receiver screen instead. Luke Grimm, please make something happen. Please make something happen. Nothing going. Timeout. Oh, man. I'm going to get 4 verts. 4 verts. Let me know if you know the legendary play. Step up in the pocket. And I get hit as I throw it. And it falls right into his hands. Oh, my goodness. That is not where I was throwing the ball. We're fine with that. No touchdowns. Hold them to a field goal. And looks like they're not going to call a timeout. Come on. Okay, they're going to call it. Man. Oh, man. I had him open, too, if I could lead him down the field. But unfortunately, I got knocked down as I was throwing it. And we can't get the block. And he misses. Nope, he makes it. Of course he does. Oh, my goodness. They are up by 13 now. 2 seconds left. See how we can do this. Trevor Wilson spinning. Nothing going. Man, Heisman is no joke this year. Crazy, crazy amount of difficulty. And yeah, definitely a difficult, much more difficult game than the past installments, I will say. Yeah, we've got to establish the run. The pass game is a little too finicky. Jalen Daniels is good on his legs. I think we definitely need to play to our strengths. Go down the field here. Do we get the ball first is my main concern. We need to go down the field here and score, or it's going to get ugly. And I'm hoping we get the ball first, because if we don't, it's going to be very ugly. Oh, I figured out how to skip the halftime show. That's very good. Okay, kick return. Let's go down the field and score here. Kickoff to Trevor Wilson. They're not getting it into the end zone ever. Cut it inside. Oh, I was trying to swerve back in. Let me know if any of you have gotten a kick return for a touchdown yet. I haven't been able to break one free at all. Let's finally run the screenplay I was trying to run. He's going to be open. Late throw. Gets to him, though. Getting... Oh, my gosh. And he fumbles it. Oh, my goodness. The second or third unforced turnover. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. 1 interception I couldn't help. And then 2 fumbles that I can't help either. This guy's just way too fast. He's outrunning my guy. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to adjust this defense. We need somebody a little bit faster there in that secondary middle position, because that tight end just completely outran my guy. And he's going to get in on a dive, and we're getting blown out. I mean, I know I suck at this game. I never have been a professional player, but there we go. Finally able to get something positive. Will I put my subscribers in the Dynasty? I think. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not sure just yet if you can edit recruits. But I haven't exactly played around with it. But yeah, for sure. I did that in my Gamecock and my old Kansas Dynasty. I will put out as I start this one and the actual series on my channel. I will put out probably a form or a link, and I'll let you guys go fill that out and create a recruit, which could be pretty interesting to see. So we're going to actually complete a pass without turning it over. Can you guys believe it? But yeah, I should, have that opportunity. I like doing that. It gets you guys involved in the series, and who doesn't like watching a player they created go out there and dominate my team in the future? Because whoever we create is going to commit to Kansas State and beat us every year. That just tends to be how it goes. But yeah, thanks for the chat. That will come later in the timeline. It just depends on how that timeline works. We're going to take off here up the middle. Sliding, please, sliding. We don't need another fumble. And I did not mean to call the same play again. Let's change it up a little bit. Can I get back to my regular camera? There we go. Let's go underneath with this one. And we'll try and hit Quentin Skinner on this little drag route. He's there. He's off to the races. Setting the edge. Getting out of bounds. And that is a big first down for the Jayhawks. Trying to get back into this game. Trying my best here. But I'm not very good at this game as well. So it's going to be a learning curve. Get out of bounds. I don't know if out of bounds even impacts the time right now. It does not, so it doesn't make much of a difference. But I'm just trying to protect myself from fumbles, honestly, at this point when I get out of bounds. Because it's a whole lot harder to fumble when you're out of bounds. As we get a wide open field. Slide! Don't dive. I'm trying to slide there. But, hey, I'll take a first down. See if Luke Grimm is maybe going to be open at some point. Let's see. Let's set the edge. Get to the outside. Catch it. Firing. Touchdown. Are they going to say across the line of scrimmage? Oh, my gosh. They're going to say he went out of bounds? All right, now the refs have money on this game. You make me as a player on your team. I don't think I can edit players that exist in this game. I don't believe. I'll check it out after this game and see. Oh, man, that was almost picked off. But I don't think you can edit real players. So the best way to do it would be able to... I could, once I get my recruiting class, you could, claim one of the recruits, which would be a fun idea. You could take over, let's say, like, if I get a 4-star wide receiver, you could take him over and edit his name and stuff like that how you would want. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know. This is my first time. This game's brand new, hasn't even come out yet, so not entirely sure. But I think you can't edit the real players as we hit the extra point, thankfully. But that's, again, something I can play around with as I, once I get out of this and see if I am able to edit those real players. We kick this one away. Returned by number 83. He's going to kneel it down. And welcome. Anybody new in this live stream, welcome. Hope you're going to hang around and watch me get destroyed by an FCS school. Because Heisman is absolutely no joke. Let me stop playing secondary coverage. And I'm just going to play on this linebacker. There we go. Bringing him down. Got to get a stop here. Got to get a stop here. We're going to bring some pressure. I'm going to cover the running back as our captain, O.J. Burrows. Burrows up the middle. They're not going to run it this time. They're going to throw the screen. There we are. Losing one. All right. Come on. We need to stop. We need to stop here. Come on, team. Come on, defense. Let's see. Intercepted. Dropped. Kobe Bryant. You could edit one of the prospects and do it like that. It would be easier because I don't think you can edit any of the real players. Yeah. So what I'll do with that probably is... What we'll do is wait till I get players commit. and then as I live stream, or if it's my actual series, or both, either way works with me. That is a bad punt. Just let that fall down. We will take it. What I'll do is, as the players commit, I will put them up in a form, and then I will let you guys go and claim the player to edit. And you can send in the name, you can send in a backstory type of thing if you want me to. That way, you can be on the team. You can, actually make an impact. You're not just going to be on a random team. You're not going to be playing for East Boga Community College type of thing. But yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Appreciate the you asking, because that definitely clears up that part of the dynasties. I try to do that with every dynasty. Sometimes it's a little bit harder than others. Jalen Daniels, can we spin him? Oh, let's go. Slide. Oh, I slid too late, but he is down inside the 11. Big run. Hopefully for a Heisman candidate. I'm hoping we can get him into that conversation. He has 107 rushing yards. I think I got the achievement day one with, easy. Walking in. Touchdown. Celebrating a loss right now to the FCS team is crazy. I already got the achievement for 200 yards passing and 200 yards rushing in one game with Lenora Sellers, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get that again, but we'll definitely go for that threshold, as we're going to miss the extra point. Whew. Somehow it did not miss. That's a little crazy. Nice colors. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comment. Trying to come back in this game. Don't pay attention to the fact that I'm losing to a bad team, For all we could be playing Alabama right now, so let's not watch who I'm playing. Let's watch what happens this quarter, see if I can come back and win. Let's get there. Nice job. Cornell Wheeler bringing them down there after a short gain. It's a 2nd and 7. I'm scared to bring pressure because every time we blitz, they get a wide open guy downfield unless they run the ball. Let's see. They're running it again. He's going to set the edge, and I missed it. Gosh, I missed it. I over-pursued, and gives them the first down. I mean, we've got to hold to a field goal here at minimum. Final minute of the third. Minute and a half. Mike Beebe in the backfield. He had his running back, but thankfully didn't look at him. I was about to miss him, and he was going to have a wide open running back. Let's go ahead and play the spy here. I like playing the middle of the field. Just kind of being a safety in the middle of the field, as we are hopefully going to be able to cover everybody. And that one is caught. He tried to go for the pick. I wanted to get him and try and, deflect it. But unfortunately, he went for the interception. They're going to hurry back to the line. See here. Mike Beebe. Going to run it. Can I get there? No, I cannot. And he's brought down after a first down. When you want us to send our names and stuff and on defense, you should do the cover 2 with QB Spy, with defensive end or outside linebacker. Yeah, I do like cover 2 with QB Spy. I'm just not an expert on where that would be, if I'm going to be honest. So it's kind of difficult sometimes for me to find this stuff. So I usually just go, I know offense a whole lot more than I know defense, just because of years as a kid just playing Super Sim on defense and only playing offense. But yeah, I do like the cover 2 spy because it gives you both over-the-top safeties. Man, look at those stats. 1 pick for Jalen Daniels, if we're being honest. That second pick was kind of definitely not my fault. I'm going to bench him for making bad decisions. Where would that be? I think it's going to be a nickel, right? I thought it would be. Apparently I'm wrong. Let's run cover 1 whole. If you know exactly what format or what setup that's in, formation that's in, let me know. I guess I can just go to spies in the type, play type, as he's left wide open. Yeah, I was thinking nickel, but yeah, 4-3 might be the option. I didn't mean to call that play. See. Oh, man, if they score here, a touchdown, that's going to be tough to come back from. Gotta hold him to a field goal. Lurking, and it's caught. My guy went behind him. And it is a touchdown. What am I meant to do there? I mean, this team is crazy right now. 46-35 is a crazy score in week 1. As they take a 47-35 lead. Man, we got to score quick. Anybody have any money plays so far in this game? Because I need some points fast. We're going to not take that one out, thankfully. All right, let's get some plays going. Oh, man. Let's go with stick. I like stick. That's a pretty reliable option if Luke Grimm can get open. And then we also have the slant. And then we also have Devin Neal in the flats if they're playing man. They are playing man. Oh, he got bumped, and he's going to drop it. He would have been open if he hadn't got bumped by the other defensive back. Man, that sucks. All right. AC up the seam. We throw it to him. Secure catch, and it's dropped. He led him too far. Dang. All right. Try and get this one. We got to get it at least manageable. We need at least 8 yards here. How does he bat that down? No. All right, we're going for it. We got to, right? What do you guys think? Should we go for it? Receivers run a comeback. Tight end run a slant. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, we have to go for this, right? Worst case scenario, they get the ball back, and we can hold them to a field goal. But I'm really hoping we can get this. Let's go. Come on. Woo! First down. See your comment. Landon, I don't think I see a comment from you. Apologize if you left a comment. I don't see it. Yeah, you can probably have my number, man. As I get obliterated. Right. Come on now. I have a feeling I know which comment you're referring to, Landon. And I'm going to get hit again trying to go deep. This one might be for the books, people. See. I'm going to go deep. Hope he can catch it aggressively. Man, it's tough. Tough. All right. Coach suggestions have us going for it and hoping they kick a field goal. And no worries. No worries, Landon. I knew what you meant. I'm not even going to get the throw off. This is crazy. Crazy right now. I'm going to assume it's a nickel. Maybe it's not. For 3. Where is cover 2 at? Let me get a concept. There it is. Beautiful. And I couldn't pick the right play. I went to the zone instead of the man lineups. Gonna get the pass. It should be entered. Hey, I mean, at least you know I respond to my comments then. That's a good thing, I suppose. Here we go. This is what we wanted. But it has no spy. I'm gonna have to manually do the spy. Maybe spy off of him. We don't need a lot of pressure. See if I can. No way he catches that, and he does. I want to play running back on your squad if I could, and try to run routes towards the sideline to get out of bounds and let your defense get a stop. Yeah, I think this game is too far gone unless we can pick that off. Oh my goodness. Dang. That was a house call right there. You guys see it here firsthand. I've had like 3 dropped interceptions. Can you play me tomorrow? Are you on... Well, I think it's crossplay, actually. Are you on Xbox or PlayStation? Because... we could get together a Dynasty, but I think you can only do that if you're on the same console, so head-to-head would have to be the best option there. PS5. I'm on Xbox. I do have a PS5, though, but I'm not buying it for both of them, you know? All right. Run. Take off. A little bit of open field. Sliding. We're going to have to go hurry up. But yeah, maybe we can play sometime. That's another fun thing idea would be like a subscriber Dynasty. I think that would be a really interesting idea. Get to the outside. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to use the turbo function here to go super fast. Step up. Escaping pressure. And he fumbles it. No, and he fumbles it. Oh my goodness. It looks like we're going to start 0-1 here in Heisman Dynasty. I was trying to slide there as I cut outside to slide away from the defenders, but they're too good. He cuts back inside. I was able to seal the edge there with Cornell Wheeler. Well, we don't need the cover man right now. We need the blitz right now. Come on. Need them to make a mistake. Good job, defense. Oh, man. All these turnovers are just building and building for us. Come on. We got to get off the field here. Got to get off the field. Interception! Mello Dotson doesn't drop it. And we're alive, folks. We are alive. What a turn of events there. All right. 47-41. Do we go for 2 here? 47-41. We're down by 6. Field goal makes it, or extra point makes it 5. What do you guys think? We go for 2? It doesn't really impact the score, so like I'm kind of thinking either way we would go for 2. But I guess either way we have to score a touchdown, so it doesn't really impact the score. We'll just go for the extra point. And, yeah. Pick 6 is right. Man. All right. We're alive. 4.5 minutes remaining. 5-point deficit. Get this underway. Come on, defense. Let's get a stop as I'm getting, like, held by the throat the entire field, way down the field. That was a little crazy. Come on. He's made mistakes before. He's not a great quarterback. He's just dotting up our defense, which is apparently bad. Come on. Play the middle of the field. Oh, I thought he was going to throw that one shorter. No good. Incomplete. That sideline throw is dangerous. Can I run a cover 2 zone? They only have... Yeah, we'll run a cover 2 zone. Hard flats and then the mid reads. I like this play a lot. Come on. They're probably going to run it here, I would imagine. I was surprised they threw the ball there. They're running the screen, and they're going to get there, but I think there's a penalty on them. I think it's holding, hopefully. Let's go. Let's go. I wasn't right, but, you know, still nice to see. We'll go cover 2 man again. Come on. Let's give Brooks the spy, and then we're going to go with Wheeler. I like playing the middle linebacker. Come on, deflect that. Get that out of there. 3rd down. 3rd down, y'all. Whew. Yeah, a halfback screen I like to call. Hasn't worked too much this game, though, but it's definitely something I'm keeping in my back pocket. We're going to make him throw it away. He could have taken off with that, honestly. I forgot to put the spy out there. All right. Whew. Just stressful week 1 here. Very high scoring. I wasn't expecting them to have this many points, honestly. I was hoping we would, but I wasn't expecting them to. We get a chance to return it. Luke Grimm. Nothing going there, really. Okay return, though. All right, we've got plenty of time. 3:56 remaining. Let's do this. Let's get down the field and score. Can't force it. Cutting inside. Spinning out of his shoes. He made me stumble. I would have had a touchdown if I could have got out of that little stumble animation. Man, that sucks. Let's run one of these running back. Oh, man, this one's a weird-looking play. Got some open field. Daniel Highshaw with the strong run. I like this tight formation. It looks like a really good formation to run out of, which obviously that's what it's meant to be for, stacking up all the blockers. Come on. 2:56 remaining. We don't want to score too soon. And when I was trying to get up into the pocket, nothing going there. Let's run that screen. Inside receiver do the wheel. Inside receiver do a post. And the other dude runs slants off of play action. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. As Devin Neal gets stuck. Still able to get free. Getting the first down. Just barely. I did not mean to call a play. 2-minute warning. All right. All right. Luke Grimm's up. I mean, I don't want to score too early, but if we have an open touchdown, I'm going for it. Nobody open there. Step up into the pocket, and he fumbles it. Please recover it. Woo! That was close. Those guys caught me from behind. I was trying to step up away from the pressure, as we cannot get free. We're going to have to run a hurry up here. Let's run some slants. Let's have the inside receiver do that wheel you were talking about as the outside runs the slant. Got him. Got him. Got him. And he can't hang on. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to catch it 1v1. And it's now 4th and 3. We're running this with Jalen Daniels, right? All the way. We're running this all the way. Oh, my goodness. Don't get there. And this one's probably over. Upset in week 1. Hey, but that's the best part of Dynasty, is when you have a guy like me who's not good at the game. You lose games, and you got to build your team to be better. But we can still, we got 3 timeouts here. Theoretically, it's possible. See if we can call some blitzes that actually have coverage, though. I don't want to just be solely on the ground or run committing. And he breaks free, gets into the secondary. That is your ball game, folks. Man, they didn't even count that as out of bounds, unfortunately. That is it. As we are not able to get the win there here in week 1. That will be all she wrote. Taking the L. Tough loss. The upset. But that's what makes it fun, I try not to complain too much about a few of the things the game did to me there, but, definitely some of it wasn't in my hands. With those fumbles. What was it? I think it was 3 fumbles, correct? 2 of which happened in the red zone. Crazy, crazy unlucky there. And the Royals start their season 1-0. So they get the win here in week 1. 47-42. Not bad. Not a bad offensive game for us. Jalen Daniels, 2 interceptions. That second one, really tough just because I had a guy open. I get hit as I throw it, and it falls right into their hands. That's unfortunate. It's a big game from him overall. Devin Neal had 3 touchdowns, but he also had the fumble. Jalen Daniels had 2 fumbles. And then we had 4 fumbles altogether. I think only 3 of them were lost. We've got to lock that in. That's the reason we lost right there. 4 fumbles, you're going to lose every single game. But, yeah. Tough loss there to start the year. Definitely would have liked to beat an FCS school to start the year because it's only going to get harder from here. But that's what makes it so fun. That's what makes it really difficult, is any team, any given week can beat you. As we'll go ahead and simulate to week 2 here. A couple of guys are ready to transfer already. No more players there. Everybody else seems pretty cool. So these guys are probably going to transfer due to brand exposure. So we can't really do much about that. As we will take on the Fighting Illini. I don't know if Josh Johnson's back in the chat, but we're taking on your local team, the Illinois Fighting Illini, next episode. Let's go ahead and take a look at what they did in week 1. If I can, let's go ahead and look at the Big Ten. Illinois, week 1. They lost to FCS. Hey, look at us. Both of us lost to Midwest or FCS schools. Yeah, pretty sad to say. And we are most definitely out of the top 25 now. But hey, we got 20 coins for our coach to upgrade, so that's a pretty good amount to upgrade there. I'm gonna go after all the positions that we need first. Recruiting actions give a bonus to wide receivers and tight ends. That one's big because we definitely need a lot of wide receivers, tight ends. Linebackers we need to go after, so we make them easier to scout, and we'll also make them have a little bit more action. But I think we've been going about an hour and a half now. I think I'm going to save the next game for next live stream. Next live stream, I'll probably do 2 games. But I have to work in the morning, so I am going to call it quits on this live stream. Thank you all for coming out here. If you want to drop critiques about the way I play, very warranted. Just do that in the chat, and I will be, working to get better because I know it's a brand new game, so it's not going to be the greatest. Before I leave, what team will you rebuild when you add subscribers? So, where did I put it? I put it in my community tab, but for anybody here who hasn't seen that, I will be doing this on the live stream, and then for my actual series, it's going to be with the App State Mountaineers. I think they're like a 78 overall. So not great, not absolutely awful. They're kind of in that middle of the road purgatory area. I kind of want to take a team that has had some success but not really been able to get over the hump, not really been able to, let's say be a top team in the country. Obviously, they're not expected to, but we want to get them there one day. So that's going to be my long-term series, kind of like my Gamecock series, kind of like my other Kansas series I did. But yeah, that's the team that will probably have the subscribers on it. Send our name and position on community tab. So don't do it yet. Let me drop. It should come out in the next, probably I would say by Friday. So yeah, next 2 days, maybe Saturday. The first episode. And then I will take your make a new community post, and then you can drop your stuff there. Just do like name, position, and if there's a recruit that lines up with that, I will change the name over to match that as they commit. So let's say like have a 4-star running back. You want to say LeBron James as the name. When they commit, I will turn them into that name, just so they're actually on the team. I don't want you to make a recruit and then them go to another team unless that's what you want. But that way you actually get to be on the roster, get to be seen in the series. And I think that'll add a little bit more, interaction with it. And that way also, if I only do it when they commit, if like a problem happens and I don't get a guy at that position commit, maybe I can rename someone else and do it that way, or just communicate and then have a different recruiting position, which shouldn't be too big of a deal if I don't get anybody commit at a specific position. But I'll definitely just be on the lookout for the first episode of the App State series, and then see that community tab post, and I'll make sure to get it out there. I like to do polls with every community post just because it ups the interactions and visibility level. But yeah, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm not used to talking this long back to back to back. So maybe next time I can stream this and have somebody else on here with me as a bit of color commentary. But yeah, I think that's probably where I'll be ending this stream today. One game I think is good. Next stream we won't have to do all the intro stuff, so we'll do games 2 and games 3. Who do we actually play in week? We'll be playing. Can I look at just my team? Playing in week 3, we will be taking on UNLV. So hopefully we can bounce back, get some wins, get 2 wins here the next couple of weeks before we have to get into the actual nitty gritty of our Big 12 schedule. But that'll be either Saturday or going into next week. As I get free time, I will live stream, potentially maybe like next Wednesday, next Tuesday, something like that. I'll make a post about it. And then once I kind of get a set schedule, I'll try to do the same time every week. So maybe like every Saturday night, depending on my work hours and stuff. So thank you all for coming out to this live stream. It's been a blast. I thank you all for joining me, interacting. I really appreciate it. Hope everybody's having a good day and hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah, I'll catch you all next time, and just hope this Jayhawks series can get off to a better start than we did in week 1. But yeah, see you all next time. Peace, guys.